Hello Libra, welcome to Dove and Serpent Tarot. If Libra is your sun, moon, or rising sign, this is your tarot reading. Please hit the like button, leave a comment, consider subscribing to the channel, especially if this reading resonates with you. And if there's anything you would like me to pray over or meditate upon or send positive energy toward, please let me know. This is going to be a general reading, so try to be open and receptive to whatever may come through during our time together. I am merely the messenger. And I ask you to connect directly with each of these cards and use your own intuition to take you beyond the details that I might provide. And remember, Libra, that the most important part of any tarot reading is you. All right, there is the Prince of Swords. That's some air on air energy. Let's see what this might be doing here. Oh, we got more air. All right. And we've got my cat there in the background. I think he was trying to let us know that we're going to have a lot of air energy on the path of the dove today. We've got air. There's air all over the place, but we're leading into something very, very interesting. That Sun card, and there's the Death card involved. So there, I feel that there's kind of this resurrection idea coming, right? Oh, and of course, look at these. Major, and we've got the 10. And we've got my daughter's toy back there, if you can hear it. The jungle toy that randomly goes off. We have all of the really good confirmations today. We have the cat, we have the toy, we have the 10 of Pentacles, and we have that sun energy in the future. So this is going to be something really, really great for you, Libra. I'm excited. But first, before we do that, let's look at this mystery card, bonus card, confirmation card. We're just going to set this aside. We're just going to randomly select it. This is the Smith-Waite Tarot. We'll set the alien on top, and we'll just park them right over there. All right. We're not going to look at that until the very end of the reading. And hopefully that card will, tie everything together, give us the confirmation we need, right? So let's look at this again. We've got air, major, and then a 10 of discs. Pentacles, diamonds, coins. That's real wealth at the end. So all of this work, all of this energy work, all of your relationships, all of your struggles, all of your confusion, all of your figuring things out is leading to these two. It's leading to wealth, and it's leading to the really, really fulfilling beauty of this sun, this solar radiance, this fulfillment, right? This complete harmony and equalization of your life, inside and out, perfectly in balance, perfectly matched, really is a blessing. I think this is your jackpot, Libra. I really, really do. But let's deal with these energies kind of one at a time, right? Let's see what we've got going on. First thing we have is this, the Prince of Swords here. This is air on air. The court cards are all about the elements and the sub-elements, right? And this one's a double air kind of energy. But we are talking to Libra, right? So we have this we already have this air energy. I feel like this is a relationship that you're in. This is someone in your life. This is someone with whom you usually see kind of eye to eye about things. You're usually on the same page with them. But I feel like recently there's some stuff that needs sorting out. Yeah, I kind of, part of me wants to take all of this air energy as one, because I feel like this is all about you and a particular person. Now, maybe it's not exactly one particular person. Maybe this is your relationship with your employer, right? And we'll use employer as the individual. It could be between you and your community. Could be with you and your significant other, you and your family. Whatever the other entity is, okay? I feel like there has generally been some getting along, okay? But I feel that there's some discord here. And we have all of this air energy, and I'll just hold them all up at the same time because it's easier than trying to go one at a time. We have all three of these air energy cards, these court cards. And I think that this is all talking about your relationship, the way you communicate, the way you think and express yourself, the dynamic in these relationships, or this one particular relationship maybe, where there's a lot going on now. Maybe it used to be kind of even, steady, everybody gets along, it's kind of just, it's kind of baseline, right? But now we've got all of this air energy, and we've got a Knight, which is some fiery air energy, so there might be like short tempers recently, there might be some disagreements, there might be a kind of a conflict just based on creative expression, who is in charge, whose voice can be the loudest kind of thing. And we also have the Princess of Swords right there in the middle. And that is perhaps you, perhaps the other entity involved, right? The other individual or company or, whoever. Feeling a little bit defensive. There's some need for defense here. So I kind of feel, Libra, that you're in a little bit of this defensive mode, that you feel like you have to defend what you believe in, right? That you are maybe standing up for yourself right now, or there's going to be the need for that. Now let's look at this recent past card, because I think it's kind of coming together now with this 3. This is yesterday, the 3 of Swords, okay? I think this was something unpleasant for you. This was perhaps a heartbreak, a betrayal, a letdown. This is you in the current situation with this person or group of people, maybe family, maybe the employer, maybe the significant other, maybe the friend group, whatever it is. This is you not forgetting what had happened, right? Because the 3 of Swords is something that's in our memory still. It's something that we're still maybe feeling hurt by. Maybe it wasn't all that recent. Maybe this was 3 days, 3 weeks, 3 years ago. But we haven't forgotten it, right? And it still bothers us. So I think you're in some ways standing up for yourself now. And it could be even that we're taking all of this air energy, because, gosh, there really is a lot of this air energy right here. And it could be that everything is kind of coming out in the open now. Everything is out on the table. Maybe a lot of this 3 of Swords, a lot of these memories, a lot of these feelings, a lot of this past trauma, pain, hurt, betrayal, heartbreak, whatever it might be, right? I think now we're not holding it back anymore. Now with this Princess of Swords, we're standing up for ourselves. We're being assertive. And we're expressing ourselves the way we experienced the event or events or this past or this history or whatever this is that is kind of still affecting us or afflicting us. We're now letting it all out. We're getting it all clear. It's like we really are clearing the air, right? We've got the fire of the air. We've got the air of the air. We've got the earth of the air. The only thing we're really missing is the Queen of Swords, right? We don't see the Queen of Swords here. We do have some other energies that kind of are along those lines. We've got this Star card, beautiful card. This is some air energy. We've got the Lovers card, which is Gemini, which is some air energy. So really a whole heck of a lot of air in the reading, which is good for you, Libra, because you're obviously a cardinal air sign. So I think that you function best when there is a open channel, when the air is clear, right? It feels like there have been a lot of these blockages in communication, like you've been holding something back, you've been holding something in, you've been trying to be quiet, but now I don't think you are anymore. And I think that's good for you. I think all of this here is just kind of a lot of muck and residue and buildup in your kind of psychic channel, And Libra, I think, really needs the open channel, right? Really needs to have that clear path. Nothing to be kind of held back or held in or ignored or silenced. You do best when everything's out in the open, right? Everything's on the table. And I feel like that's what you're doing right now. So we're clearing out all of this muckety muck, right? All of this smog here. Whatever this is about, whoever this person or these people are, the individuals, the company, the entity that we're dealing with, we're no longer keeping all of this inside. We're expressing everything. We're standing up for ourselves. We're being assertive. We're communicating our concerns, our feelings. We're getting all of this kind of out, right? It's no longer going to be blocking you up. And that, I think, is very, for one thing, it's very transformative. So we have the Death card underneath everything. This is you sweeping away everything that's no longer serving you. More than that, you're cutting down everything that is preventing your growth, right? This is you really getting rid of all of the weeds. You know what I mean? This is you psychically, spiritually speaking. You're clearing out all of this energy that's just been weighing you down. That's been clouding your vision, maybe clouding your heart, clouding your spirit, preventing you from making the most of this life, from really fulfilling yourself and reaching success and having the type of life that you know you can, right? It's about getting rid of anything that is slowing us down from maximizing our potential. Yeah. From using everything we are, everything we know about ourselves and that we think we know about the world, and building on that, right? Expanding that understanding. We see a lot of cards here about connection, about getting out of an old paradigm, clearing away what doesn't work for us. We've got the Tower down here too. So this is an eruption of spirit for you. And then we see this trio of major arcana here, all leading towards your wealth and success, your physical wealth and satisfaction, but emotional, right? Mental, spiritual. It's a whole package, right? It really is the big jackpot, right? So back to this death energy. This is a letting go of attachment, really, right? We don't have to, it's kind of this thing, we all have families, right? We all had a childhood, some worse than others, some better than others. But when we hold on to those memories, to that anger, that resentment, a lot of that kind of Three of Swords stuff, when we hold on to this, when we cling to the Three of Swords, to that feeling, to those memories, that I think weighs us down. That's not serving us, right? So I think it really is a freeing thing for you. It's a liberating act for you to let go of all of these memories and feelings and this resentment or whatever it might be. I'm not saying it's from childhood, but sometimes it is if it's with family. Letting go of this attachment we have to what happened in the past and how it made us feel. We're not invalidating our feelings. We're not trying to ignore what happened. We're processing it. We're standing up for ourselves and we're letting it go. We're doing whatever we need to do as far as this air energy goes and how we process this, how we express this, how we stand up for ourselves and make it known. And it's that cathartic experience that leads to release, right? And now all of that, excuse my language, shit is fertilizer. Yeah. It's all fertilizer now. Now it's in the ground and it's helping us grow. It's no longer just weeds that are tangled around our feet, around our heart, preventing us from taking steps forward. Because I think what's in front of you is really, really special. First thing we have is this Sun card. This is what's right in front of you. And this is really your full experience of life, right? This is you coming into your own your own being, your own spirit and soul, and your relation to the totality, to the whole, to the external world, to your environment, right? And what we're trying to do is maximize our awareness, expand our field of experience, right? We're trying to get 20/20 vision, right? Better than 20/20. We want to see miles into the distance, kilometers. We want to see the whole world. We want a 360 kind of view, right? And the sun is how we're getting there. Step by step, slowly, we're growing, we're expanding. We're firing up now on all cylinders. And we're using all of our, if you're a gearhead, if you're into cars, we're using every cubic inch to our advantage, right? We're using all of our cylinders to get the most power out of us, out of our engine, to bring it back to kind of an astronomy thing. We're burning now. We are burning up our fuel, and our fuel is, well, our past, our history, right? All of our feelings, all of it is fuel. So the death card is not about destroying or really getting rid of anything. It's kind of just turning it into fertilizer, turning it into fuel, right? And we are this star, and we're on an orbit that's not just a circle, not just the ellipse, but it's an ever expanding orbit. It's this orbit that now is traveling through space and time as well. So it's every cycle, every orbit is different, There's that toy again. I'm sorry if that bothers anybody, but I'm reluctant to take the batteries out of it, because then if it really starts playing, I'm going to really freak out, So I leave the batteries in. It can do it at once. This is our increased awareness. This is our new experience of life. This is really big, right? This is you really stepping out center stage in your life. And I think you're going to make it big. I think whatever you're working on in life, whatever your plans are, whatever your orbit is or your trajectory, it's something really big, something that's going to be very, very special for you. So we'll come back to the sun energy, but I think we need to continue with our kind of getting away from this air energy, because we have this tower here. So I feel like right now you're in this mode of firing up the engines, of getting away from these relationships, these dynamics, this kind of this matrix, this paradigm that you're in that is holding you down, right? You're trying to get away from the weeds that are clinging to your ankles. And it feels like it's a very kind of almost abrupt, but kind of forceful, very powerful. It's like you're struggling against all of the weeds and you're just going to rip them out of the ground, roots and all, And maybe that is kind of what we're doing with all of this air process here. We're just saying, look, we're going to have this discussion right now in whatever way is appropriate for you, right? Whether it's kind of just a sit down with people, whether it's something that's just you're going to write something, or whatever it might be. But I feel like it's the way for you to maybe literally, physically, but symbolically get out of there, right? Extract yourself from the situation, right? You're destroying the hold that those incidents or those memories, those feelings had on you. Okay? So there's a real eruption now of this sense of power. Both physical power, I think you're really feeling it in your body, but it's this spiritual power now that is reminding us that, yeah, we're a sun, we have our own orbit, you are an autonomous being, you're on this path of really maximizing all of your talents and gifts, right? Living life to the utmost, making your life as meaningful and as successful as you can. Whatever that means to you, just because I say success, Just because I say, hey, jackpot, doesn't necessarily mean that you're just going to get a ton of money and that's going to be it. No, whatever success looks like for you, whatever freedom, whatever your path, your orbit looks like, that's what we're going for. Okay? And I feel as if you've got a very strong sense of what you're committing to. Here is the Lover's card. Now, the Lover's card could be talking about something over here. It could be a relationship with a Gemini person, maybe is involved in some of this air conflict or this air situation that we have here. But I don't know if I would say that. I feel like that's kind of diminishing the power of this major arcana. I feel like this Gemini energy here is you making the commitment to this path that you're on. Making this commitment to yourself, really, to your higher soul, guardian angels, spirit guides, ancestors, God, goddess, deity, the absolute, the infinite, whatever you want to call it. I feel like you're making this choice. And when we make a choice, when we commit to a path, part of that commitment is knowing what we have to leave behind, what we have to let go of in our new choice. It's like we can only hold on to so much. And if we're going to commit, excuse me, if we're going to commit everything we have, God, the air is so smoky around here. If we're going to commit everything we have to our work, to our success, to our path, if we really want to make it big, we have to know what to let go of. And that, I think, is the secret of the Lover's card and why this is such maybe a difficult energy in a lot of readings. Because, for one, people assume that this is just, you're getting into a new relationship, right? You're committing to a new romantic partner. And yes, maybe that's part of it, right? But what this card is really saying is, when you commit to something, what are you saying no to, right? If we give all of our fidelity, our commitment to something or someone, what are we saying no to? Because that's the real choice, right? It's easy to say yes to things, but then we've got to say no to the other things, right? At least in theory. So I think in your case here, this really, it's what we're saying no to, it's what we're letting go of over here, so that we can get through these transformative major arcana with the Tower and with the Death energy. We're ready now to recommit to ourselves, to our lives, to our own spirit and soul and higher self and guardian angels and all of that good stuff, right? And we're ready to become the sun, and we're ready to really be the star, right? So this is the Star card, and this is in the position, interestingly, this is in the position of what you don't want. Now, if we're the sun already, right? If we are free and we are autonomous and we are creative and we are expressive and we have just enough force and fire within us that we are pushing forward in our orbit and we are expanding ourselves, expanding our life and our experience of life, why do we not want the star? Well, I think the star and the sun give us this contrast because this sun is our star. It is the star that is the closest star to us, right? It is us. It is right there in the sky for, just especially in the northern hemisphere. Just go outside, you'll feel it. But the star energy, this is more mysterious. This is more unknown. This is more in the distance. This is the star that is way out there, right? Still unknown. We're getting the sense of where it is, what direction it is, where in the sky it might be. But this is almost, when we have this kind of contrast, this is saying, look, you want to keep your star close. You don't want it to get further away. So are we worried that we're going to lose sight of our destiny, that we're going to lose sight of our path, of the kind of the experience, the meaning that we have? right? Are we, instead of getting closer to our star and feeling connected and feeling confident, feeling like we know exactly who we are and where we're going, are we afraid that we're going to start losing that a little bit and getting a little bit less certain of these things? Okay? So I think the star energy is in the position of what we don't want. We don't want more distance between ourselves, our purpose, our path. We want less distance. We want to be closer. But the star energy is also what we need. Okay? The position here is what we don't want, but it sometimes is what we need. So what do we need from the star card? Well, we need that mystery, for one thing. We need to realize that as certain as we feel about things, there's never any certainty. So we have to be allowed to feel that paradox, that I'm absolutely certain of who I am and where I'm going and what I'm doing. But at the same time, we have to also feel strongly that I have no clue, that I need guidance, that I'm always open to receiving new information, because as our field of experience expands, everything is new, everything is novelty. So every moment you can feel both that you are this burning star, this confident spiritual being, but yet our star is still so far away. Both can be true. We can hold both of those conflicting ideas in our minds, right? So this is the welcoming of mystery, the welcoming of the new and novel, because when you're separated from your star, right, it gives you the opportunity to get closer again, right? Experience it for the first time again. Allow that newness, that novelty into your life again. And we have to be open to that. We never really want to feel like we know everything, right? That we're just so certain of life, then everything is, oh, I knew that was going to happen. So we have to be open to the novelty, the newness. As we progress on our kind of spiraling orbit through the universe, every moment can be a new, wide-eyed, wonderful moment, right? So there's a little bit of conflict there with those two energies, but I like it. I like that kind of conflict, because that's the tension that keeps things exciting. Yeah. Now, what you've all been waiting for, the final card, this 10 of Pentacles. This just looks like a magical card. And this is coming at the very end of things. This is living your best life. This is you in your best life. This is what your best life will look like when you're in it, right? And this is fully activated. Every aspect of you, every aspect of your environment is crystallized, right? It's not set in stone. It's not permanent. It's not the very end and unchangeable. The energy is always flowing, right? Everything is a process, but this is the new matrix, the new paradigm into which all of this energy is flowing through, in and out of. Okay? This is your best life. And it's not a static picture. It's a dynamic image here, right? It's a motion picture, right? And this is wealth, really. This is tremendous wealth. This is having abundance of all the right things. So the question of this card is, what does wealth look like to you? And this is kind of where we're ending the path of the serpent today, is what is this wealth going to look like? This is your jackpot reading, I've got to say. What does that look like? What is your pot of gold at the end of the rainbow? What's in there? You know? These coins all have different symbols and alchemical images and planetary symbols to show that this is very unique. We have to etch our own symbols. You have to establish your own sigils, right, of your own energies on here. You have to stamp your own coinage, right? You are Rome. You have to mint your own money. Okay? So how are you going to set this up? What is this going to look like? What is the life that you want to build? What does your best life look like? right? And of course, that vision is going to change, especially when we have the tension between star and star, right? Because for one, star and star here, sun and star, both stars, right? Star and star, talks about the ever-changing process of life, because there are billions of other people here too, right? It's not just you. So as you are on your spiral orbit, you're going to get sometimes closer, sometimes further away from other stars. Sometimes you're going to be seeming like the two of you are on the same orbit, but then, the orbits change, the spirals change, the I don't know, whatever it is, it changes, right? And we kind of start moving apart from other things. But there's always you in the context of the whole, right? And the whole is made up of all of the individual units, right? The universe is made up of trillions and trillions, infinite number of stars and minor bodies and all these things, planets. So you are one star in the company of stars, and therefore your experience is always going to change. There's always going to be novelty. Yeah. There's always going to be other influences, right? Just the light from other stars, the gravity from other stars, and just, antimatter and all this other crazy stuff, black holes. It's all going to affect what our best life looks like, right? New people coming in and out of your life, things changing, the world changing, the universe changing, right? Butterfly effect. It's all going to change what your picture looks like. That's why this can't be just a static picture, right? You're stamping your own coinage, but when you need to, you can always change the mold and change the imprint, right? It can look different. And that's okay. That's part of the beauty of it. But I really think you're about to make it big. I think this is a big, big step for you. Let's look at the mystery card. I know this video is getting a little bit long. All right, so we've got our mystery card here. I wonder if this is going to be I'd either like to see some earth energy or a very balanced air energy. So either like a 4 of swords or a 6 of swords, or just anything in the suit of pentacles. Okay, let's see. Not quite what I wanted. There's the 10, but the 10 is good. We can turn this into a good one, right? We can see the light in this. This is, in some ways, this is the betrayal. This is the getting stabbed in the back, right? Poor Caesar. But this is also us now being completely done, right? This is us now just completely unloading all of this that we've been holding back and putting an end to this, this dynamic, this cycle, this relationship, this stuff that we've been holding on to. Right now we're just kind of letting all of our swords fly. We're just getting rid of all of it. And that's good, because the 10 of swords, if we hold on to any of those swords, let's say we hold on to one, what do we have? We've got a 9 of swords. 9 of swords is doing damage to us. It's re-traumatizing ourselves, thinking guilt, thinking shame, thinking it's our fault. We don't want that. But if you add something to this card, then we've got an Ace of Pentacles. Yeah. And that's pretty much exactly what we want. We want a new life. We want to go forward from this into the realm of earth, right? Into the suit of pentacles, discs, coins, diamonds, into what's going to ultimately result in our best life, our own coinage. So this is really the turning point. I think we do have that choice, like we see with the Lover's energy, either to commit or not, or go back. If we go back, I think we're going to a 9. If we go forward, we're going into this Jackpot, making it big, creating our future, creating our life, moving on, getting away from the weeds so that we can grow. The Ace of Pentacles is that seed that we plant that ultimately grows into our best life. Your pets, your plants, your people, everything around you that you want, you're in relative control, you know. So I think this is the good. This is kind of almost the ultimatum. This is almost the turning point card. Okay. I think this really is your jackpot reading, though. I think this is going to be good. We're going to do an extended reading. Libra, if you want to stick around, just click on the link that's up there. That'll give you access to all of the extended readings, not just for Libra, but for every sign. I encourage you to cross-watch, check your other placements, like the video, subscribe to the channel, leave me a comment, let me know how you're doing. Thank you so much for letting me read for you.